Well, thanks for staying with us. Time now for Media Watch, for which I'm joined by James Creedon. Hiya, James.
Evening, Georgia.
OK, so we're going to be starting off with Lance Armstrong, who's at risk of being stripped of his 7 Tour de France titles. There's been a lot of reaction to that online, hasn't there?
That's right, and principally in the US and French media that I've been looking at. In any case, here's a headline in the Washington Post. The US anti-doping authority strips Lance Armstrong's titles. And he was due to go on front of a hearing where 10 of his former teammates were going to testify against him. He decided not to do that. It seems that the USADA or USADA has come to their own conclusion, and they have stripped him of 7 yellow jerseys in the Tour de France. It's yet unknown whether or not the International Cycling Union will follow through on that. Lots of coverage, as you would expect, then on the French web as well. Radié à vie, stripped for life or stopped from life for cycling because of these doping scandals, and having the 7 titles of the Tour de France taken off him as well. Now, if you have a look on Slate, what they've done is they've gone back through the classements, they say in French, or that's not it, one sec, it's back here. The various different rankings from past Tour de France, and I seem to have lost my way in these videos. Here it is. And you can see that over the years, there's so many names that could have been struck off of the rankings because of involvement with doping scandals. So it's not just Lance Armstrong, it's a sport riddled with that sort of problem. So there you go, people tweeting about it online as well, making jokes about the other internationally renowned Armstrong, saying, I didn't realise, I thought it was a bit strange that a guy would go on the moon, win the Tour de France and play the trumpet. I think confusing them with Louis and Neil there, not the same people.
OK, well, over in the UK, and The Sun has decided against hiding Prince Harry's light under a bushel.
They just said, look, all right, you know what? Let's just go with it. Half the interweb at this point has published the photos, so we might as well do it too. This, to show this particular front page here, was yesterday's front page of The Sun. To remind viewers, Prince Harry was snapped in the nude in a Las Vegas hotel room. TMZ.com published the photos several days ago. The Sun yesterday decided to get inventive and publish a front page photo of one of their staffers by the name of Harry in an embrace with a 21-year-old intern. That in itself was controversial. In any case, they decided today to become the first British paper to actually publish the real photos online, and there is that embrace that they were trying to mimic yesterday on the front page with stand-in actors.
I was thinking he didn't have a particularly regal pose.
No. Now, let's take a listen actually to Elizabeth Murdoch of the Murdoch family, who owned The Sun and the now defunct News of the World as well. Not always taking the high moral ground, but here they are. They're defending freedom of expression, yes, the public interest. They're saying that these photos are in the public interest. Let's take a listen to what she had to say about this in Edinburgh.
We've all seen the pictures online. You know, if newspapers can't participate in that, I think it asks questions about where print and online.
So this doesn't smack to you as evidence of what you describe as a kind of dearth of ethics or dearth of integrity?
No, I don't think it's an example of that.
I mean,
I think there is a public interest argument to that.
There you go. She is the sister of, or the daughter rather, of Rupert Murdoch, and she's not directly involved in News International, but certainly I suppose the Murdochs and The Sun, and by extension the News International, are trying to jump on this story, I would say, to raise their moral profile at the moment after the very damaging Millie Dowler scandal last year, where phone hacking was put at centre stage, and indeed the News of the World was shut down. So I think really they're jumping on the story, and you know, there you go. So Harry in the nude, that's their headline all day today.
OK, well, over in the US, some pretty controversial remarks made by Congressman Todd Akins over legitimate rape rarely leading to pregnancy. That's caused a bit of a storm online.
That's right, it certainly has. This is Senator, or well, wannabe senator, he probably won't be senator now, Congressman Todd Akin, who, let's just go back over what he said. He claimed legitimate rape rarely leads to pregnancy. In other words, if you... I don't know.
I believe he said that as far as he understood it, the female body had ways of dealing with it if it was a legitimate rape to shut it down.
Right. So in other words, if you were raped and you didn't want to be raped, which is the very nature of rape, and got pregnant, you know, maybe you kind of it wasn't rape or something like that. They were extremely controversial remarks. He was jumped upon by, most of the political class and indeed the media. Now, what we've been seeing in the past week, apart from that virulent debate, is people also just making fun of it because it was such a ridiculous remark. This was on The Onion, pregnant woman relieved to learn her rape was illegitimate. And let's take a look at this video, which has had 300,000 hits on YouTube after being uploaded earlier this week. Legitimate rape in song form.
How can you tell if it's legitimate rape? I'll tell you how to spot legitimate rape. You're not sure if you've got legitimate rape. Well, here's a little lesson for you. Tell me if the following things are true. I was a little drunk. Illegitimate rape. I knew the rapist well. Illegitimate rape. My skirt was kind of short. Illegitimate rape. I'm married to the man. That's a husband's privilege. How can you tell if it's legitimate rape?
There you go. Well, sometimes a ridiculous public statement like that by a politician, there's only one way to respond, and that is satire and just totally mock them for the ridiculous remark. Instead of taking it seriously and actually engaging with such a stupid statement, sometimes I think that's actually more effective.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for that roundup. James Frieden there with Media Watch. OK, stay with us. We've got more news and headlines from around the world coming up after this short break.